Now we're going to take a trip down in banking history. Most people are so used to having ATMs and everything. It's like they grew up with them. It's like they were, around. It's like you don't know. It's like you don't realize that at one time there were no ATMs. So we used to like plan. You used to have to plan back in like the 70s and stuff, what you were, like how much money you were going to need, how much cash you were going to need for the weekend. So it's like, so you really had to go. A lot of people ended up, the banks were used to be really crowded on Fridays. They still kind of are, but not like they used to be. Um, because people would go in there because they'd have to get so much cash for the weekend because there was no place to really get cash, unless so you had to plan it out, and it's like, well, I need $40 cash for the weekend, and of course you could always write checks different places, but it's like it was also before debit cards and stuff like that. It's like you had credit cards, but people didn't have as many credit cards as they used to, and then as they do now, and as far as debit cards, they didn't exist. So it's like that's kind of a banking thing, and it's like I remember I was banking with Republic Bank, and one of the reasons I went to Republic Bank is they were open. They were one of the first banks, at least in our area, that were open on a Saturday morning, because banks were not open on Saturdays. They weren't open on the weekend, and of course there was no ATM, so you better get your money on Friday. So it's like I switched over to Republic Bank, and there was one in Gardena. And so it's like lots of times I would end up just going Saturday morning to the bank to get some cash and stuff. So I just thought that would be an interesting thing to tell people about, because people just, take for granted you could just go and get cash any old time now, but at one time you couldn't, it's like,